There's a belief that love is just a feeling, something we fall into or fall out of. But what if love is more than emotion? What if love is the law that governs how life works? In this series, we're exploring love not as romance, but as alignment, as wholeness, and a way of being. Love as universal law. When most people hear the word love, they think of relationships, romance, chemistry, and attraction. But love in its deeper sense is not romance, it's structure. Edgar Cayce described love as the only true law of the universe. Not law in a sense of punishment, not control, no rules written in stone ages ago, but law as principle, the underlying order that holds everything together. What does that actually mean, right? Think about gravity. You don't see it, but you experience it, right? Love, in this sense, is similar. You may not always feel it emotionally, but when you align with it, it feels coherent. When you live in selfishness, resentment, fear, or separation, something feels off. That off feeling, that's misalignment. Cayce thought that all souls originate from the same source. That means separation is in many ways an illusion. When we act from love, we move toward connection. When we act from ego alone, we move towards division. And division always creates suffering. Love is not sentimentality. Now, let's be clear. Love as a universal law is not sentimental. It's not soft in the way we often imagine. Love can be firm, love can set boundaries, and love can say no. Love does not mean becoming small for someone else's comfort. Love means acting in a way that honors wholeness, yours and theirs. So, what's the cost of living out of alignment? When we live outside of love, in chronic anger, bitterness, manipulation, and control, we don't just harm others, we harm ourselves. stress rises. Our nervous system stays activated and relationships fracture. It becomes a quiet war against our own nature. My friends, living outside of love requires effort. Living in love creates flow. Love is not passive. It creates. It creates safety, it creates clarity, and it creates peace, most importantly. And when we live from love, we become less reactive and more intentional. We respond instead of explode. Let's be honest, is already a major life upgrade. So let's take a quick look at what alignment looks like in daily life. Alignment with love looks like this. Pausing before reacting. Listening before defending. Setting boundaries without hatred. Choosing truth without cruelty. It's not perfection, it's intention. And intention practiced daily becomes character. So maybe the real question isn't, do I feel loved? Maybe the deeper question is, am I living in alignment with love? Because when we align with love, even difficult seasons begin to make sense. In our next episode, we'll explore what love looks like in daily behavior, in boundaries, emotional regulation, and the nervous system. Because love is not abstract. It shows up in how we respond. Love isn't something we chase. Love is something we practice. Until next time, choose alignment over noise. Presence over perfection. And love as a way of being